Hey folks, this is Christopher Dean, and today I want to cover some sort of basics of color theory. And I want to introduce this so you can actually use this in your expertise speech, but also just in terms of thinking about issues on the web and issues in digital rhetoric, because visual elements actually are a huge part of digital rhetoric. So what are we going to look at today? Well, first of all, we're going to take a look at really primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Primary colors are, for instance, red and blue. And for me, this goes back to, at the very least, first grade in a book called Colored Kittens, where the color kittens mix together all the colors in the world, creating essentially all the colors that you would imagine. So you get red and blue, and you get purple. If you get blue and yellow, you get green. If you get red and yellow, you get orange. And you have the secondary colors. And then secondary colors mix across with tertiary colors. And this becomes a way of actually organizing colors and thinking about the relationship. So primary colors tend to not really go wonderfully well together, but oftentimes you would find that things across the wheel sometimes can be good color combinations. And I think the key thing here is really to think about, in terms of your own practice, how you might actually use colors that don't clash and don't clatter. With that in mind, take a look at this. So I'm going to ask you to take a really short Zaption quiz here and to just write something in. And the question is this: why do you think the color combinations below, those that are labeled color use and color combinations, hurt your eyes and soul? So take a second and write that down. So what did you come up with? My guess is that you talked essentially about how the colors really just didn't look good together. They clashed. They actually vibrated, as it says here, against each other. And that's really the key thing you want to be aware of. Just throwing in colors, using a large variety of colors, which is always tempting when you start to use presentational software, is not the way to go. Simplicity, three colors, to use the color schemes that are given to you actually in PowerPoint, they work because they're making use of primary and secondary colors in particular. So you might want to go back at this point and take another look at Life After Death by PowerPoint, which is not going to be terribly painful because the thing is 4 minutes long, and it's pretty funny. And Macmillan at one point has this slide that you see in the bottom, bad color schemes, and he points out that they can lead to, as he points, distraction and confusion and headaches, all of which are true, and then in the bit of hyperbole says nausea, vomiting, and loss of bladder control. That actually can't happen, but you really don't want to chance it. So why is this important? Well, in terms of your expertise speech, aesthetics matter. If you have something that's crisp and clear and professional, you're going to be thought as being somebody who's professional and does crisp and clear work. So what I'm going to say to you is this: choose your colors with care, have some fun, and remember that you want to think in terms of colors that look good to you and look good to others.